5 or less three-point shots made.
Jerome Tang, great run as an assistant coach at Baylor, national championship there in 2021. Got his first chance as a head coach at age 56. And here we go. Jeffrey Anderson, Jeb Hartness, Paul Sells, our 3 officials on the floor. Clarence Armstrong, the standby official, and we're off and running here. Sweet 16 is arrived, and right away the Kansas State Wildcats go up top for a highlight. Keontae Johnson on the receiving end, and that gets him up and loud right away. Interesting here in the East Regional here as Hauser misses. The follow no good. Last touch by Carter, the Michigan State basketball.
And I love the call because this one here, Sissoko has to talk early to Hauser. If not, that lob is going to be there all day. And because of late communication, easy money early. I love the play to start the game.
And that's the duo. The Noel to Johnson duo will be speaking of a great deal today. You'll hear their names often. Michigan State, one of the great NCAA tournament teams. A lot of success in the tournament. Tom Izzo, Mr. March, as Jimmy referenced. Ball's loose, ends up in the hands of Akins. Another chance here for Michigan State. And Joey Hauser. In and out it goes. Michigan State struggled shooting the 3 here in 3 tournament games, and now a foul. They get 4 opportunities on this end of the floor.
Now the effort, the energy. See Tom Izzo calm right now, early in the game, but the ability to get multiple looks early, I think is very important for Michigan State. Kansas State has to do a better job of locating and blocking out.
How about that right away? Jerome Tang sends David Gasson onto the floor.
Yeah.
Helps him with rebound and almost got a steal. Michigan State, long time on this end of the floor. Finally, Johnson secures the board. Kansas State wants to play fast. Tomlin running the floor. Hot pass to Gasson. Sills for 3. Desi Sills, the senior shooter. 12 points against Kentucky to get Kansas State to the Sweet 16. The 1 is out, Purdue. The 2 is out, Marquette. Michigan State beat them. Now a lob from Michigan State. Hogard sets up Sissoko for the first basket of the game for the Spartans.
Yeah, little weave action up top. Again, when you're weaving like that, the thing is to kind of just have you misjudge where the picks are coming from. That time, no talking and communication on the back line. Easy lob inside to Sissoko.
Marquise Noel, one of the 4 New York City players that Kansas State has, as Johnson dribbles it out of bounds. A turnover.
Well, here's the quick pick and roll in the middle of the court. And because Tyson Walker is up top, that opens up the backside for the lob. So back at you from what Kansas State was able to give Michigan State early. 2 outstanding calls for both teams for lobs.
Kansas State, the 3 seed in the East. Michigan State is 7 seed. 4 of the top 6 seeds already eliminated. And a wide open East. Bounce pass up ahead. Massoud, man, that is off the rim, but he's fouled. David Gasson will go to the line for a pair. Interesting, the quick change on the floor for Jerome Tang as he gets Gasson on the floor immediately, almost within the first 2 minutes, maybe recognizing a rebounding challenge early. David Gasson from the Netherlands in a transfer from Virginia Tech. They create the ultimate dynamic duo pairing. A Dave single with a Coke Zero Sugar. You can take a taste only at Wendy's.
I will say this, on that fast break, really simple play. It was a pass by Marquise Noel. Simple bounce pass, but sometimes being simple is the best because it led to free throw. They couldn't convert on it, but that's how you run your fast break with simple passes that can easily be converted.
Both teams want to play fast. If you don't get a basket early in the first 6 or 7 seconds, then they want to take it deep. And Joey Hauser, good sign for him. He gets it started with a bang, knocks down a 3.
And the beauty about that is that Joey missed a couple shots early, but he didn't deter or hesitate when he got that shot in the pass. That's something that he would do.
Tomlin looking for the pass to Gasson. Big-to-big passing. They share it well. Joey Hauser, younger brother of Sam. He can fill it up. And Michigan State hoping he gets hot here in New York City.
Well, it's all about confidence. With Joey Hauser, you see mom and dad, they've seen it before. They want to see it more often, and he's been encouraged to shoot and be a lot more aggressive, looking for a shot throughout his tenure. Now he's kind of brought that into the fold and adds another dimension scoring-wise for Michigan State when he's aggressive.
Noel, now the switch. Bogard gets the assignment. Noel not afraid. That's from the logo. And a push in the back. Gasson. So Tom Izzo with Jackson Kohler on the floor for his first minutes. Matching Jerome Tang's move with size. And Cam Carter will return as Sills will sit. Interesting to see how coaches use their rotation early in games like this. Get them a feel.
And it's all about matchups, too, because some matchups with your rotations work better, so you want to adjust to your opponents as well. You see both coaches doing that.
Willie Call on the floor for Michigan State. Could be a real factor. Hauser springs free again. Catch and shoot, no good. Rebound, Noel, the shortest man on the floor. One of the shortest in Division I college basketball, just 5'8", but he is a dynamo. Johnson, that little fadeaway, that's his shot, missed it badly.
He kind of settled right there. I thought he could have backed in Tyson Walker a little bit more, kind of bailed him out, and nice entry pass inside. Kohler.
Jackson Kohler going to work, missed it. Gasson bothered him.
The easy shot, I mean, not easy shots, but makeable shots for Michigan State early. Credit some of that to the Wildcats' defense.
Kansas State back in the NCAA tournament. First time in 4 years as Cam Carter gets into the box score. Hobart on the push. Trailer, Hauser, passed it up. Hogard drives. Big point guard, big body. Fight for it. And out of the pack comes Noel. They're playing hard. Early. Great competition. Great effort and energy. That's a beautiful pass by Noel as he sets up David Gasson.
In transition, secondary, if you don't pick up Noel early, you see Hauser in transition talking about it. Noel beats you really quick off the dribble with the pick and roll, but then Hauser, as the trailer, once again, not shy to step right into a three-point shot.
Noel, first team all Big 12, third team all America, same as Johnson, 2 players for the Wildcats that were all Big 12, and then third team all Americans this season. Been an incredible ride. Not a single player on this Wildcat roster started at Kansas State. Late clock here. Okay! David Gasson with a prayer answered at MSG early.
Brian, sometimes when you don't think about it, you just let it go. You find the bottom of the nets, and Gasson was able to do that.
Malik Hall. Nice pass inside, easy as it gets for Jackson Kohler. So in the second round matchup against Marquette, we saw a little bit more Carson Cooper off the bench. It's Jackson Kohler gets the early nod for Tom Izzo. Better offensive threat. And he delivers one early here.
Again, it's all about matchups in these situations. Both teams do an outstanding job of scouting.
Oh, look out, almost a steal. Here's Noel on the drive now. Noel breaks it down, misses. Kohler with the rebound. Michigan State wants to run it. Hogard at the controls. And runs into some resistance. Kohler crashes into Gasson. He comes out of the pack. Got numbers here. Noel. Michigan State in a scramble, and that's going to be a foul on Malik Hall. Looking up for the lob. Hall with the foul takes us to our first timeout. Big 10, Big 12. Kansas State, Michigan State.
That teams would be scouring this portal to find talent to better their team, right? But that's not always the case, and tonight's a prime example of that. So Kansas State would not be here without it. They relied on it to survive and build this team. 0 players on the current roster were original Kansas State University signees. It's unbelievable. Then you have Michigan State. The team decided that we are not going to the portal. The leaders on the team went to the coaching staff before the season and they said, we don't want it and we don't need it. We can do this on our own. So Coach Izzo honored that. He trusted them. And the most beautiful part is when they're not playing up to par like right now, the assistant coaches will look them in the eye and say, listen, you made a promise to coach that you got this. So you're going to have to step it up.
We didn't go find your replacement.
That's what Izzo said. But look, either philosophy is right, depending on the school and the philosophy. Kansas State did an outstanding job with 10 new faces to get to where they're at. Jerome Tang and his staff evaluated that. I think it says a lot about who they are as a coaching staff to get this team to where they're at in the Sweet 16.
It's a big reason why Kansas State was such an unknown when the year started. They were picked dead last. They end up with the coach of the year in Jerome Tang and 2 all Big 12 performers in Noel and Johnson. They returned only the 2 players, Marquise Noel and Massoud. That was it. But as Ali said, not a single player started here. Oh, nice move by Hall. Gets himself some room inside, and Malik Hall lays it in.
Could be the X factor. We talked about the guard play here. The matchups are tremendous, but Malik Hall could be the young man that kind of turns the tide if Michigan State wants to walk out of here.
Here's Massoud, another New York City kid, getting his first minutes on the floor. Hall with the rebound. Hall missed 11 games with a stress reaction. He had been a starter, sent him to the bench, checking his minutes, but Tom Izzo likes him off the bench, and as he's gotten his wind back, as he's gotten his confidence back, he's a real threat off the bench right now. As Akins, he'll fire, no good, and flying high for the rebound, Desi Sills.
Those who don't know, keep your eye on Desi Sills. If he has an opportunity to get out on the break, he'll go catch it. 40-plus inch vertical leap, can go get it.
Noel splits it, kicks it. Massoud can't hit. Those 2 very close. Thrown up together, Massoud and Noel.
I love Noel right there. 2-foot jump stop. He was under control, put the pass on time. Speaking of which, Sissoko inside, able to catch, but not finish.
Trey Holloman, backup point guard, trying to set him up here. Here is Massoud. This 2 from Harlem. Noel drives it, good leave, and Keontae Johnson. What a combo these 2 have become here.
And that's the challenge when you have Marquise Noel able to catch the ball on the move. Now he gets his defender on his hip. If he gets downhill, he can make spectacular passes inside to his teammates.
Both averaging over 17 a game. Hall lets it fly from 3. Out there. And up top for the rebound is Carson Cooper. And on the take, Akins lays it in with the left hand. At second chance opportunity, Michigan State cashes it in.
5 offensive rebounds thus far for Michigan State, 0 for the Wildcats. That presents some more shot opportunities, and that time able to convert for Sparty.
Noel tried to turn the corner, cannot. Redirects, kicks it to the corner. Here's Johnson. Cash. Keontae Johnson set up again by Noel. Noel with his 4th assist. Johnson's got 7 points now. These 2 are a handful. Everyone on the Big 12 can tell you that. They pass it, great leaders, great teammates. Johnson guarding Akins now. Akins trying to get to his left hand. Holloman resets him. Akins for 3. That one's good. Around and down. Big shot early to see one go through for Jaden Akins. Michigan State, Jimmy, one of the great 3-point shooting teams in the Big Ten, but it has not been that way in tournament play. They're 1 game in the Big Ten tournament, 2 games of this NCAA tournament. Massoud goes strong. Massoud is fouled. Free throws coming, and down is Carson Cooper. Took a shot to the face.
Well, it's a little physical play inside.
Collegiate level, 10 years at the high school level in Texas, and then those 19 years at Baylor before he gets the operation at Kansas State.
But it's all timing. We were talking yesterday at practice, and we mentioned this. Timing is everything. Everything that he had to go through those years, the things that he's learned, the disappointments, the ups and downs, finally winning a championship. Now his voice is heard a little bit differently. Okay, now you pay a little bit more attention. But he had to go through that process before he was actually ready to do what he needs to do this year. And to me, that's a reason why these young men, when you have 10 new faces, were able to gel together early. And no disrespect to them being picked 12, you just didn't know what you had.
Right.
He did. And that's why they're at this point right now because of all he's been through and the dedication that these young men have shown all year.
Well, athletic director Gene Taylor will tell you at Kansas State that this Jerome Tang was a target, especially for guys like Massoud and Marquise Noel. They stayed. They were the two that stayed before Tang was hired. And then Jerome Tang gets the job. And then the recruiting really started in the transfer portal, and that has sent them to this level with all this great talent. And I love Allie's report because Michigan State, they are the exception right now. They have not gone into the transfer portal believing in what they had, and it's brought them here unranked at the end of tournament play, and yet they have found their way to the Sweet 16 again. Tom Izzo does it again. He is the magic man in the month of March.
Well, keep in mind, too, Villanova is also a team that didn't dip into the transfer portal. And I'll say this about Jerome Tang. Part of his with Keontae Johnson, because he's been through the hard issue, some challenges with Jared Butler at Baylor. He was very familiar with that, and Keontae Johnson trusted him when he chose to come here.
Yeah, that's a great point as well. Ernie Johnson did a beautiful job. He and Andy Katz with the story of Keontae Johnson, who collapsed 2 years ago while playing for Florida. Jerome Tang had that experience with King McClure and Jared Butler. It's been a whole process to get him back. Hauser's got the hot hand early. Hauser with 6 quick ones and make it 8. He's hit a couple of threes. Michigan State, their first lead of the game as we hit the 8-minute mark.
I'll say it again. When he and Malik Hall are aggressive in scoring, this is a tough Michigan State team to stop.
Tomlin fires an air ball, and that's going to be a foul on Gasson. Spartans had position. Michigan State basketball when we come back. Gasson with his second foul.
Sub-5 and guys in a row. That hurt us a little bit, but we settled down. We're playing a little better now.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, Allie, lots covers a whole realm of things going on. And you know coaches are never satisfied whatsoever, but they did settle in. Got some offensive rebounds, didn't convert on that. But I think they sent a message early to Kansas State that they're going to be in for a battle, in particular on the offensive glass and defensive glass.
I was waiting for him to say how much time do we have. Another offensive rebound, so Tom Izzo mentioned it. That's their 6th, and this one turns into a three-pointer from Tyson Walker, his first made 3 of the NCAA tournament.
And Michigan State just a little quicker, the tenacity to get and anticipate where the ball is going to carry them off at is in favor of Sparty, and to do a better job in an offensive foul. Igiola right
hit
there.
With the screen.
Yeah, he must have jumped out the way right there. And Jeffrey Anderson, the official, right there on the call. Let's take a look at the end right here. You got to be set. That's an easy call for the official. And it's an easy call. And even if you can't get there, Igiola, just, okay, forget that play right there and try to get the next one. You don't want to pick up a foul early.
Another turnover. Michigan State gives it away on the run out. Noel. So it's been a pretty clean game with the turnover story. That's just the 4th of the game combined, 2 apiece. Kansas State is a team that turns it over a lot. They play fast. They share the ball, a lot of passes. Michigan State, not a team that forces many turnovers, though, statistically. So far, been pretty clean, but we've seen a couple here in the last minute. On the drive, Walker gets a step, lays it in with a left hand.
Well, when you don't turn it over, this was an issue the last couple of years with Michigan State. You know, 12, 13, 14 turnovers a game, but when you don't, you get shots like that, an offensive foul by Noel. We didn't mention that Tyson Walker is pumped right now, Westbury, New York. So kind of a homecoming for Walker as well. And here down the lane, the help did not come. And then here's the offensive foul. The intention of what Noel wanted to do, I get. It was an execution part with too much of the bravado with the shoulder and arm that caused the offensive foul.
That's a play on it, Rucker.
It is.
But here,
you know,
it's called.
On West 4th, too.
Yeah, New York City theme here. These 2 point guards. That's Malik Hall going to throw it away. So suddenly Michigan State getting a little sloppy with the basketball here. An unsettled beginning for Malik Hall. Hey, a reminder, get complete coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Tournament on NCAA.com. Approaching the 6-minute mark of this first half. Sweet 16 matchup Kansas State out of the Big 12. Michigan State out of the Big 10. Sills cuts to the basket. He is fouled. And let's see who they get. Jeb Hartness with the call, and it's going to be on Mady Sissoko. First foul on Sissoko means free throws for Desi Sills. Transfer from Arkansas State. Had 3 years at Arkansas prior to that. Hits the first. Hey, a reminder, this April, watch Masters live on the CBS Sports app and streaming on Paramount Plus for coverage of featured groups, A-Bed Corner, and holes 15 and 16. It's a must. No free throws for the Spartans. Kansas State 3 out of 6 from the line. Hauser's hit a couple of threes for Michigan State. He's the only one really going well from three-point range. Chase him off the line that time is Johnson, and a foul. He's side out of bounds over here. And the foul is going to belong to Keontae Johnson.
And Johnson was in great position, but it was a reach down at the end. And understanding when you have your player or your opponent under control is very important, because at that time, Hauser's going to his left and would have to take a tough shot with his right hand. But yet now that's a low percentage shot ending up into a higher percentage shot, which meaning Hauser's 88% free throw shooter now at the line because of that foul.
Sends him for a 1-and-1 here as Hauser hits the first, and we send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, Brian and Jim, I just got done speaking to the Hauser family. They are surprisingly calm, but I guess it's not too surprising because of everything their family's been through. The two brothers started together at Marquette. They transferred his brother Sam, who now plays for the Boston Celtics. Actually got in the game a couple of days ago, drove from Boston to see his brother play. He transferred to Virginia when Joey went to Michigan State. He now plays in the NBA, so he's only gotten to see his brother play in person one other time. This is the second time he's ever gotten to watch his brother play. He's so proud. He loved seeing the first three go in, and the whole family has rallied behind him.
Joey's off to a great start, Allie. Good stuff. They're both from Wisconsin, with a dominant program there. Stevens Point area senior high. It's one of the great names in high school basketball. Spash. And they can splash it as well. Massoud splashes one in. Massoud. East Harlem, New York. Transfer from Wake Forest. And he delivers the Wildcats within one of Michigan State. Spartans with 6 offensive rebounds. Kansas State does not have one. That's been a big part of the early story in this first half. Akins finds Hall, guarded by Massoud. Hall shakes it but denied. Tomlin flying high for the rejection. Noel, hot pass, quick catch. Tomlin able to secure the possession.
Excellent help defense at that time by Tomlin, anticipating where the drive was at, able to block it off.
Look at this pass. Oh, Noel finds Johnson. And one. Assist number 6 for the Mighty Might.
Well, let's go back to the defensive end of the court. This is outstanding defense. Why Tomlin is in position to take a step over, and now he's able to block the shot. And I told you about Noel and this outstanding passing ability. But the beautiful thing is Keontae Johnson, once again, he talked about that combination. They read each other, feel each other so well that they know each other's movements and they communicate without talking. It's just more so eye contact.
Hard to believe it's their first year together. They put in a lot of work to get to know each other, both knowing the other could any day be the man on the floor, could be the top performer, the alpha dog, and yet they are both fantastic.
But isn't that the theme of this Kansas State team? Guys got to know each other day one, loved each other. Offensive foul.
Oh, Hall having a tough start. So Hall, the shove. Kansas State, just as they take the lead, they get the ball back. Michigan State, a little turnover prone here in the last 4 minutes.
Well, that's very similar to what Marquise Noel got called for on Walker in transition. It's the same call. You can initiate that contact with your shoulder and your body without pushing off, and you won't get called for that offensive foul if you maintain the space within where you're at. But once you extend that arm, it's an easy call for the official.
You said Malik calls a wild card. That is the truth, and they need to get him settled. Tom Izzo puts him on the bench here as we come near the 4-minute mark. Michigan State had 1 turnover the first 12 minutes, 3 of them in the last 4. Noel pounded out there by Tyson Walker, an excellent defender. Oh, what a pass! My goodness! Oh, Tomlin scores it. Great catch by the big man once again, but Noel threading the needle. Wildcats up by 4. Hogard with Desi Sills on him. And Hogard with a shove. That's going to be called on Sills. Man, this is some pass here. Dimes dropping everywhere, Jim.
Hey, look, Steve Smith is in the house, so is Isaiah Thomas. I know Isaiah Thomas would love this 5% free throw shooting team. You're in the penalty, 1-1. What does that mean? Well, continue to drive the ball, force Kansas State to have to guard you off the dribble. Any kind of contact puts you back to the free throw line.
Next Michigan State foul will put Kansas State to the line for a 1-1. Double bonus with 1 more foul for Michigan State. Hogard's got 1 more. A.J. Hogard, Huntington Prep in West Virginia. He's a junior. 80% free throw shooter this year. Their leader had 13 against Marquette. That stops an 8-0 Kansas State run. 2-point Kansas State lead now. 3.5 to go. Tomlin on a rim run. Tomlin can't finish it. Sissoko there defending. And Massoud cannot corral, and that'll be Spartans ball.
And that's a play that Jerome Tang and his staff worked on yesterday. They knew they could get that slip. It was good help on the weak side to kind of take away an easy layup from Tomlin. Pretty good adjustment that time by Michigan State to read that out because Tomlin was wide open.
Cam Carter picks up Hogard. Now the switch going on Massoud. And the block by Massoud.
I tell you what, we're seeing some really good backline defense by both teams. You think you have a driving lane open, and that time it's just Massoud just one-on-one using his length to take away Hogard and that potential layup.
That back line goes 6'9", 6'10".
Right.
Massoud and Tomlin. Johnson at 6'6" with a massive wingspan. In the corner, catch and shoot, no good. So Jay Akins unable to hit the 3. Kansas State looking to move it here. Noel, no. And that's kept alive by Johnson. Tomlin ends up with the board. Here's Noel for 3. Oh, he walked away from it. He knew it was good. Looking like Stephen Curry out here at Madison Square Garden. Pretty close to the spot where Curry set the all-time three-point record, as a matter of fact. Check this out.
All money, all day. And he felt it. Now, but I'm going to say something.
He's from Harlem. He is glad to be back in New York City. And you see his numbers, 27 points, 9 assists against Kentucky. Had 14 assists against Montana State in their round 1 victory. He is some kind of player, electrifying, one of the most entertaining players in college basketball, and he's putting on a show early. Marquise Noel. Joey Hauser knocks the first one down. Double bonus here, so 2 free throws. Hauser off to a great start. He's got 12 first-half points. Kansas State by 3. 2:44 remaining in this first half. Michigan State covered an 8-0 Kansas State run. Now Johnson going to work. Rises up over Hogard. Shakes his head. Can't guard him. 2 big bodies going at it right there. Akins gets to the middle. Hogard defended by Carter. Noel draws the Tyson Walker matchup. That's fun to watch. No room to roam here for the Spartans. Oh, nice spin. Hogard and a foul. Free throws for A.J. Hogard. Creating his own.
What beautiful spin move, and why that's so. He didn't have a lot of room to work with, but because the spin was so tight, the dribble was close to his body. He was low, center of gravity, able to explode off the spin. So beautiful use of the bounce that time.
Cam Carter picked up the foul, his first. First one in for Hogard.
This is an area I think Keontae Johnson can really excel in. Earlier, he had Tyson Walker on him. He bailed him out with a jump shot. That one, it was 2 dribbles down, got a little bit closer, but then his size overtook Hogard, able to shoot right over the top. Let's see if they run that once again for Johnson to get that isolation.
He's got the fadeaway. He's got the one leg fadeaway, a little bit of a dirt there, and it oftentimes may look like a bad shot or an off-balance shot, but he makes them. Big part of his game. Noel probing here. Carter clears it. They spread it out. Baseball pass over to his buddy, and another one is down for Massoud. 7 points for Massoud. He's got a little wry smile.
The timing on that play, Noel waited, and once Massoud was open, I mean, a dart right to him, able to catch and finish that three.
Biggest lead here for Kansas State. They're up 6. Hauser spins, gives it up. Walker with Noel on him. Walker trying to get a step. Massoud there to help. Got it back. No. And that's going to be a foul on Michigan State. So Cooper underneath commits the foul. Kansas State basketball.
Watch Noel. He knows exactly. He's not looking for peripheral vision. He knew. He saw Hauser back in. Massoud presented the opportunity. The passing lane was there. And again, the premium on passing as a shooter, to put it right in the shooting pocket, it's the difference between getting the shot up and if it's an off pass, allowing the defense to get back and taking the shot away.
And that's why you'll accept some of the turnovers that he has, taking those chances, but he has been clean tonight. Just the one turnover. Johnson misses on the front end of the 1-and-1. So the Spartans here down 6, trying to get something going late in this first half. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Carter picks up Walker now. Walker's so explosive. Hogard's going to let a 3 fly. That one is down. A.J. Hogard drills a 3-pointer. 3-point game. Noel moving fast. Leaves it for Johnson. Quickly back comes Michigan State. Inside to Sissoko, and a foul and one. Monty Sissoko, a chance at a 3-point play.
Well, Noel first with the beautiful diamond side, but remember I talked about 7 seconds or less the Wildcats wanted to do. Well, this is after a made basket. Okay, and I can't see the shot clock up top when he was able to finish inside, but that was less probably than 5 seconds that Michigan State was able to get it out the net, get down, and get a score.
Cashes it in, Sissoko. 3-point play. Michigan State, 9 of their last 11 points coming from the foul line. It's a 2-point game. Kansas State with the ball in the lead. And they rise to their feet here, coming to the end of this first half. Michigan State's defense has been on point. Tom Izzo saying we'd like to get them both working together. They've had great offense during stretches, great defense here to get them into the Sweet 16. Noel finds Carter, perfect pass, right on the money, and Carter knocks it right down. Timeout, Tom Izzo, and they're up. The Kansas State Wildcats with their All-American point guard delivered them all. NCAA tournament news, all coming up AT&T at the half. 10 assists, the most in any half for any player in this tournament. Most assists through 3 career NCAA tournament games is 32. And Noel with 31. He's well on his way, and he picks the pocket of Walker. Noel behind the back. Knocked out of Carter's hands. I mean, is this dude electrifying or what? It'll be Kansas State ball, I believe. Let's see. Officials looking at each other.
But this is fancy, but with a purpose. See, and that's the difference. He's able to put that on time. And how about the great and outstanding defensive play, the timing to poke it away from Walker?
Yeah, that's good play. They needed that. Just 0.1 to go. Nothing you can do with it here. So just put it in. And it will not count. And that'll take us to the end of the first half. Kansas State Wildcats led by their 5'8" first team all Big 12 point.
Their hands by their side and playing with their feet.
Good stuff, Allie. Thank you for that. So with 5:46 left in the half, Jimmy, Michigan State had their biggest lead. They were up 4. Kansas State went on an 11-2 run in 2 minutes. They went on an 11-2 run. They took control. Now we're underway in half number 2. And Michigan State with the ball to start it. Trip to the Elite Eight on the line here in the East region. Again, Purdue, the 1 seed, taken out by FDU in round 1. And then the 2 seed, Marquette, taken out by Michigan State in round 2. And 4 of the top 6 seeds in the East eliminated. Kansas State rolls in here as the best seed. They are a 3 seed coming out of the Big 12. First possession of the half for the Wildcats. Late clock here, down to 6. And Noel misses. And a wrestle for it between Sissoko and Tomlin. That'll be a held ball. Kansas State with the possession arrow.
But that's the defense I was talking about. That time you didn't overhelp. When Noel drove, it was one-on-one defense, and now you have to force him to finish oversized, not able to do it. Unfortunately for Michigan State, they weren't able to come up with the defensive rebound.
Both teams shot it well from 3-point range in the first half. Michigan State made 5 threes. Remember, they had been struggling down in the low 20% range in the 3 tournament games, the Big Ten tournament and the NCAA tournament. That's Johnson's shot. He comes up short. Kansas State, 58% from 3. They made 7 threes. Turnover. On the run, Sills got Noel and Johnson with him, and the big man swatted from behind, but Tomlin cranks it down. Chase down block, but right into the hands of Naquan Tomlin. Kansas State racking up a ton of highlights already. Lobs, dunks, that time it was Tomlin who hung with it. Noel guarding Hogard. Hogard wants to post him up. Backs him down. Double team comes. Hogard works around it, misses. And Carter falls down. That's going to be a foul on Michigan State. You're right. I thought he may have walked.
I thought he traveled before and watched the hustle. Aikens able to get the block, but because Tomlin continued to run, he was able to clean up the loose change. And you see on the foul here, I thought it was a travel first. But the official called a foul. I think the first possession that Michigan State had, the patience wasn't there because it was a switch with Sissoko, had Noel on the block. But Michigan State didn't recognize that. Could have been an easy 2 inside.
Look at Noel cutting to the basket. And the big man, Tomlin, finds him. Return of the favor. Michigan State runs it back quick. Joey Hauser for 3. He's got another one. Joey Hauser with his 3rd made 3. 15 for the game.
That's when Michigan State is their most dangerous after a made basket. They get it up quick. Hauser able to benefit off the lack of communication that time by Kansas State in transition.
Walker looking for the post up. Carson Cooper in there. Hogard. Short. And let's see. Going the other way. That'll be a foul on Michigan State.
Joey Hauser right here walks right into it because the ball was flattened out. Excellent pass ahead to Aikens on the baseline. That flattened out Kansas State's defense, able to hit Hauser for a wide open 3. We saw that in the first half when he had a walk-up 3 in transition as well.
Hauser coming into this game was 7 for 13 of 3-pointers in this tournament. The others really struggling. Nice take to the basket by Desi Sills. Up ahead. Aikens, that's denied. That was Tomlin again. Man, he's been active in the second half on the run. Carter loses the handle. Tomlin wisely pulls it back. You can see Naquan Tomlin's game just kind of improve and elevate with each passing month this year with Kansas State. Didn't play for his high school team. And he misses the dunk. Carson Cooper there defending, gave him too much real estate. And the lefty fires a 3. Jay Nakins sticks one for Michigan State. Big shot for Sparty.
And credit Tyson Walker because he sprinted on the right-hand side of Hogard. That opened up the shot for Aikens in the corner because of that sprint.
It's a foul. Rolls off the rim. Naquan Tomlin will go to the line for a pair.
Well, between the legs, Noel, we've seen the fanciness just a little too far out for Tomlin. And then Aikens, you're going to see the backside of this, but it's Walker who sprints, puts Noel in the situation, where do I help? Now you got a 2-on-1 on the strong side of the court, and Aiken's able to finally knock in that three-point shot, his second of the game.
Jimmy Carson Cooper with 4 fouls now. Tomlin misses the first. Well, it's the greatest culinary competition in the world, period. Tournament of Champions, hosted by Guy Fieri. All new episodes Sunday night, 8, 7 Central on Food Network. Naquan Tomlin, I mentioned, didn't play for his high school team. He just played in Rucker. His high school is right across the street from Rucker Park. That's an education in its own.
Yeah.
He gets a chance to go play junior college ball, became a junior college All-America, and then able to transfer in here to Kansas State. Been a great fit.
What'd you say, late bloomer?
Say late bloomer, and they're getting in some of that structure. And he, you know, Jerome Tang said he's got as much upside as anybody he's ever coached, and that's saying a lot. Jerome Tang has coached a lot of great players, especially all those years at Baylor. Going to be a foul on Cam Carter. Cam Carter, the transfer from Mississippi State, who's been wowed by his experience in New York City already, as have many of these participants in the East Regional.
Malik Hall back in the lineup. See if he can have an impact offensively and defensively in this second half.
In the corner, Walker, no. Hall trying to keep it alive, and into the photographers goes Massoud.
But that's the activity. Hall right there. He may not have been able to gather the rebound, but because he was able to keep it alive, Massoud not able to handle it, he gets Michigan State another possession.
Hogarth trying to get downhill, and he lays it in, up and over Gasson. That's 6'9" he's taken on.
Yeah, a beautiful move. Also, just a little contact with his left shoulder created enough space that he was able to utilize that and softly bank it off the glass.
This game's got the feel, Jim, where the clock's going to roll. I mean, they're playing a pretty clean basketball game. Not a lot of fouls, not a lot of turnovers, but it's going to get late in a hurry for both of these teams. The miss, the block, Hall with the block. Down on the ground is Noel, grabbing at his right ankle, lower leg. And a timeout on the floor here. So
on the bench right now being attended to, but I'll go back to this. It's the adjustment that Michigan State has made of playing Noel one-on-one and not over-helping. Love to see that in the second half by the Spartans.
Allie's over there with athletic trainer Luke Sauber. We'll get you an update when one becomes available. Retaped on the end of the bench. Noel does not sit often. Played the entire 40 minutes in round 2. There's Malik Hall. He's starting to come on here in this second half. Little turnaround jump hook is good. And it's a 2-point game. Kansas State with a lead in the ball.
It feels like Kansas State is up or should be up, but Michigan State doing an excellent job of keeping this game into balance where if they make a run, they feel that they can take control of it.
Totally different game with Noel on the bench, however. The flow of the offense. And a turnover right away. First possession without him. Hauser with his head up, looking for TMH. Walker lets it fly. No good. The follow is good. Aikens puts it back, and we are tied at 50.
And very important, Michigan take advantage of the minutes that Noel is on the bench.
It's a 9-1 Michigan State run. Almost another turnover. You can see how unsettled Kansas State is without their leader.
Well, when you're accustomed to a young man like that running the offense, what you're used to doing is being in position to receive some passes, be on the second side, and now Keontae Johnson has to initiate the offense, which is different.
Sells misses. And that's going to be a foul. Let's see, I believe that's on Michigan State. Dangerous because Gasson in foul trouble already. Gasson playing with 2 fouls. And they're going to get Joey Hauser, which will be his second.
And they're saying that Hauser had Gasson. Pass inside.
Easy.
Michigan State didn't even pay attention. That time, a critical mistake on the inbound pass. But smart play by Kansas State to take it out, get it out the officials' hands quickly before Michigan State was set.
On the rim run goes Hogarth, and he's fouled. And a primal scream. Chance at a 3-point play.
Right back at you. Michigan State wasn't ready. Right here. No one is on the ball. He just passed it off his back. and no one was on the ball, so it was an easy pass. If then Hogarth, the smart thing, got right by Cam Carter, and the help on the backside wasn't there. Let's see if Hogarth can complete the old-fashioned three-point play.
Hogarth misses, can't finish it. And last touch by Michigan State. Let's send it over to Allie. What do you have, Al?
Well, guys, the moment they finished retaping Noel's ankle, they let him go, so he hopped all the way to the corner of the court. It's when Michigan State tied it, so he could wave his towel and get his team fired up. That's how much his leadership means. I asked the athletic training staff, is he going to pain management and play through it? They said, knowing him, yes.
Only gets worse the longer you sit. Might as well get back on the floor. Johnson misses, and man, Akins, he is flying high. Big rebound right there. Akins pulls it back, gets it organized into the hands of Walker, and the point guard Hogarth will exit the area. Walker plenty capable. Now Hauser. Hogarth with 6 to shoot. Guarded by Sills. Hogarth with the left hand. And he's fouled. Another one is down. And another chance at 3 from Michigan State.
Why that was smart is because Tyson Walker reset the offense. And Hogarth wanted it early, but Tyson felt we needed to be able to get this defense in a position where you could go. And once he got it back to Hogarth, the spacing was there. He was able to finish inside, and Noel, you know he's going to check back in this game. There's no tomorrow after this, B.A.
First lead for Michigan State since it was 26-25. Hogarth does finish off the three-point possession there. So it's an 11-2 run from Michigan State. They're up 3. Noel back on the floor after rolling his right ankle. Well, he wasn't gone long, but you could see how disruptive it was with Noel off the floor. Michigan State capitalized. The Sparty run now covering 3.5 minutes. Noel, hot pass. Runs it down, puts it up, late clock. Oh, are you kidding? Okay. He's hobbled, but he just buries one. A three-pointer off the glass as the shot clock was expiring.
I mean, this is just awareness of understanding the shot clock, time and score, get it up. Maybe if you miss, there's an opportunity for an offensive rebound, but what a heads-up play. And here's the challenge right here. How explosive can he actually be pace-wise if the ankle is not responding?
See all that torque he put on the right ankle just to get that shot up. Backdoor cut from Hall. Now he's posted up. Hall, and he's stripped away by Noel. Noel gives it to Carter. Straight line drive, and he lays it in.
I don't understand what Sissoko was looking at. I mean, right there, the ball didn't get stopped in that transition, but Sissoko kind of ran away from the paint a little bit and allowed Carter free reign at the rim. See if Sparty can respond.
Noel not moving well at all. They take it right to him, miss the 3. Here goes Walker now, finds Akins. 3 ball is in. Michigan State back in front. Back and forth they go. Akins now with 11. He's knocked down 3 3-pointers. Hauser's hit 3 threes as well. Overall, Michigan State 8 for 16. That one hit the backboard. Massoud misses from the corner, and now Michigan State trying to add to it. Hall drives on Carter and lays it in. Spartans by 3.
And that secondary transition, Malik Hall able to navigate his way down the lane. I talked about the X factor. I'm telling you, this young man has the offensive potential to take over his game, and I love the calm and confidence he had on that last possession.
Noel and Massoud, 2-man game here. Looking for the back door. He gets it. Carter springs free underneath. Tom Izzo losing his mind over there on that Michigan State sideline. Spartans lead by a point. Yeah, it's going to be a whistle. Jeffrey Anderson puts the air in it. And I think we have maybe blood on the knee, or it is an official's timeout. And a little backs. That was A.J. Hogard who had the blood, had to get cleaned up. You see it on his knee, so that's why the whistle and the cleanup. And it'll be Michigan State ball here. 10:43 left. We got Sweet 16s underway here in New York City at Madison Square Garden and in Las Vegas as well. Great night, college basketball. As we get to the second weekend, got a hand on it, did Carter, and that's going to be a foul on Hauser. So he picks up his third foul. He might have stopped transition, but now 3 fouls on the shooter from Michigan State.
Yeah, but an ill-advised pass right there that gets stolen. And notice this too, that Marquise Noel is guarding Trey Holloman, who's off the ball. So trying to get him relief from guarding Tyson Walker, who's the majority ball handler. So let's keep our eye on that too to see if you can get that switch to make Noel have to work on that ankle.
Going to be a foul here on Holloman. Noel, he's active, no question, but he's not moving well. You can tell he is hobbled.
Yeah, but one thing you have to do too, he's an excellent passer, but he is short. So you have to put pressure on him to pass the ball through hands that are in the air in activity. If you allow your hands to stay down, he's going to pick you apart like we saw in the first half.
Yeah, good point. Noel, 10 first half assists. No hesitation, peels it back. Working with Massoud now. Malik Hall is on him. And Noel going to work. Oh, what a pass. And Johnson is there for the dunk. Just drawing all the traffic, the vortex. That is Marquise Noel. Kansas State back in front. 7 ties, 6 lead changes already. This is going to be a wild finish here. Hall, the turnaround, and he is fouled. Michigan State getting a lot of action inside right now.
But where does it come from? Because there's a help on the basement line with Holloman, and then Keontae Johnson reads the situation, goes right to the middle of the court. Noel's been short for a while, so he understands how to navigate through the trees. It's that you just got to make those passes difficult because he's so adept at finding the little gaps to get the ball to his teammates.
Hall hits the first. Don't forget coverage of the NCAA Division I Women's Basketball Championship, Sweet 16. It begins tomorrow, 2:30 p.m. on ESPN. For more information on game times and listings, go to NCAA.com. Hogard back on the floor. So Hall with 10 points, 8 in the half. He stays on the floor. Hogard, the point guard, replaces Trey Holloman.
Well, I think, too, with that substitution, you can't hide Noel at this point with Hogard, with Walker, or with Akins. So really good, smart, strategic move that time by Michigan State.
Noel finding Tomlin, gets the other side of the rim, lays it in. Remember Hauser playing with 3 fouls. He had to be cautious there. Kansas State goes right at him to regain the lead. And we got a foul underneath on Tomlin.
Well, you have an empty side strong corner, so there's no help coming in, and that time Hauser tried to jump out a little bit, and once you do that, the pocket pass was there for Tomlin to finish inside. And
it's a new regionals record, by the way, for Noel. 14 assists. Sitting on 14 right now with 9:25 remaining in regulation. 18 is the NCAA tournament record. With the scoop, A.J. Hogard taking over here. Back in front go the Spartans. 16 for Hogard. Noel guarded by Walker. Malik Hall on the floor with the 4 starters. This is a familiar lineup for Tom Izzo, his small lineup. Little fadeaway from Noel. He's cooking. Even with a bad ankle. 12 assists. And Noel forced to guard Hogard. Walker set up for 3. Walker drills one. Tyson Walker with 8. He shot it at 41% this year. Michigan State is the team in the regular season up over 40% from 3-point range. Lit it up from beyond the arc. Noel gets a step, and he is fouled.
We go back to Marquise Noel here. He stops, assesses, maintains the pivot, and then able to shoot over the top. And Walker, good defense, but then 2 feet in the paint, you kick it out. Tyson Walker able to square those puppies up. Listen, on the season, Michigan State attempts 18 3-point shots a game. They make 7. Right now, they're 9 for 17. So excellent use of the 3-point line in this game. A lot of it coming off assists, off of dribble penetration.
Well, Kansas State's going to be at the free throw line a lot already in the bonus. 8-10 remaining in regulation as we send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, just as you're watching Noel and Walker go head-to-head, think about this. 12 years ago in 2011, they were going head-to-head on opposing AAU teams here in New York City, coached by Tyson's father, James. It goes way back, guys.
Oh, good stuff. This is such a great New York City connection here. Tyson Walker from Westbury, New York, on Long Island. To Christ the King. Here's Hauser in the corner. He's got another one. Big shot for Joey Hauser. That's his 4th made 3. Michigan State up by 3. Hauser looks like he's ready for the moment. In the corner, Carter answers. We're tied at 70. Back and forth they go. Hogard now with Carter on it. There's the switch. Gasson picks him up. They clear it out. Hogard probing. 10 to shoot. To the corner. Hall. Shot fake. Drives it. Now Hauser again. Hot hand. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Cooper. Another reset for Michigan State.
Good job inside of Cooper to keep it alive. Hauser just fading just a little bit on that shot, but both teams doing an excellent job of penetrating and kicking for open shots.
12-second chance points. Cannot finish that one off. So Michigan State +6 on the offensive glass. It's a big story. You heard Jerome Tang tell Ali that early in his first interview. All tied at 70. 6.5 to go. A trip to the Elite 8. Carter gives it right back. Noel takes a peek.
He'll shoot it. He will shoot it from there.
And Noel gets a step, drives it. Oh, I think he was looking for the lob.
Yeah, he was.
And it is Gasson who cleans it up. It's good defense by Michigan State, but a fortuitous bounce right to David Gasson, and Kansas State in front.
Yeah, Malik Hall was able to tip it, but that tip carried him right to Gasson, and smartly took it right up, even through a little bit of contact.
Hauser is fouled. So the foul goes on Gasson. Timeout on the floor. Hang on, folks. We're set up for a wild one here. Come on, man.
Come on, man. I mean, I'm sorry.
We're set up. There he is.
You know, I was looking at all the
year of the improbable. The impossible has happened, Jimmy.
I left that for you so you can do that.
We may have that later in this game.
Oh.
Remember where he's sitting, Andrew
That's
Greenhouse,
right.
our director? Easy to find. Missed the free throw there. So Kansas State, 72-70. They lead it. 5:45 remaining.
The slip pass.
Tomlin, he has run down a number of passes. And Massoud. Harlem in the house. Another 3 from Massoud. He's got 10 points. His 3rd three-pointer.
And how many times has Kansas State been this close to turning the ball over, and it results in a basket for their offense? 8-0 run right now by Kansas State. See if Michigan State can respond.
Spartans down 5. Here's Akins. He drives it, and that is a travel. Akins turns it over. Massoud found the range here at Madison Square Garden.
Well, Cooper with the late closeout and the tentative closeout. Now watch here. Akins, if you come to 2 feet, a 2-foot jump, now it's not a travel, but because he shuffled his feet, it was an easy call that time by the official Jeffrey Anderson on that.
Keeps him on the ground.
Keeps him on the ground. And then he can make a decision out of that and be on balance.
It's a key possession right here. Michigan State needing a stand. Kansas State trying to add to their lead. And this 8-0 run and a rim run by Tomlin comes up short. And a good look at it. Gets his own offensive board. Tomlin springs free and lays it in.
But that's the exact same play. That time Tomlin able to handle the ball with the slipstream.
Open three in the corner is good. Tom Izzo calls timeout. Tyson Walker hits a big three for Michigan State.
Well, back and forth we go. Kansas, and nobody is there for the back release. And once you do that, the slip is open. Knowing that Hauser is going to hesitate and jump out a little bit, you have no backside help. That, just see the adjustment if they run it again for Michigan State defensively.
Tom Izzo gets that quick timeout. They run it twice. Let's see if there is that adjustment. Tom Izzo, one of the all-time greats at those in-game adjustments. That's why he's been so successful. Get the late clock here. Noel trying to shake Akins. Cannot. Wow. The defense by Akins. And they tie him up. And that's Michigan State ball.
Keep it simple. Beautiful defense by Akins because he did not go for any of the dribbling. He maintained his position, but at the end, he used his height. Straight up, straight down, blocked the shot, forced Noel into a tough situation, and ultimately a turnover. Big-time defensive possession by Akins.
Akins missed 4 games, had a stress reaction early in the season. Coming back from off-season surgery. Tremendous defensive stand. Now Hogard gives it back to Hauser. He's open for 3. No. He's missed back-to-back threes. Tomlin. He's going to drive it. Take it on Hauser with those fouls. No good. Maybe a little quick. Idea was right, but he didn't have the shot he wanted. Walker, got that over the hands of Johnson. That's a tough angle down there. Walker fights it to the top. Hogard will get it organized.
One left.
Sells on him. Hogard. And he's fouled again. Man, that has worked time and time again in this second half. A.J. Hogard getting to his sweet spots. On with 4. Tomlin has 3. Carson Cooper with 4. And Hauser, he's been playing with 3. Let's see if he gets a little more aggressive on the defensive end. Hogard, first free throw is good.
Well, down the stretch of the game is limiting your empty possessions, being able to get shots at the rim. Which team can do that, but also which team can manufacture multiple stops on the defensive end. That creates the separation you need in order for your offense to thrive. So critical areas down the stretch of this last 3 minutes and 24 seconds.
2-point game. Michigan State has withstood a couple of runs from Kansas State, an 11-2 run in the first half, a 10-0 run here in the second half. Noel playing on a bad ankle. He finds Massoud again from the logo. Oh, Massoud. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. 4 for 6 from 3-point range. And a long-range bomb to give Kansas State a 5-point lead. Hogard turns it over. Noel comes out of the pack. Tight quarters. Hogard couldn't get the basketball through it. Michigan State with 11 giveaways. Remember, that was Kansas State's biggest concern, turning it over.
Pick and roll is going to come back in the middle with Noel and Tomlin.
Crunch time. 2:20 to go. Noel with Akins on him. Goes to the right hand. It's blocked. Hauser is there. Again, great defense by Akins.
Yes.
He's come up big here. Hogard gives it to Hauser. Good to great. No good. 3 in a row missed. And that is going to be Kansas State ball. Heads up play by Cam Carter.
Listen, this is really good defense, but Massoud steps out a little bit further. Malik Hall can't recover that far because of the little penetration by Noel, and all you can do is pat him on the butt and say, great shot, because he's deep from behind the 3-point line.
Massoud made 1 3 in his only attempt against Kentucky in round 2, but it was a big one.
Yes.
It stretched their lead, and a bit of a dagger in that round 2 matchup. Sweet 16 coming down to the final 2 minutes. Michigan State desperate for a stop here. Guarded that
Great
slip much
defense.
better. Yeah,
Great
Michigan State
defense.
gets it back. Jimmy. Izzo called the timeout for that purpose.
You see that slip screen? It wasn't open that time. That put Keontae Johnson in the situation to have to make a play.
But it will be Michigan State basketball. Great stand right there. Minute 45 left. Spartans trailing with the ball. Sure-handed point guard A.J. Hoggard at the controls.
Watch the slip screen by Hauser.
Walker looking for some space. Walker to the corner. And the lefty fires. Another one is down. Jaden Akins. Great play. The review allows Izzo to set something up. And Michigan State is within 2. Akins with 11 points. He's just buried his 4th three. I beg your pardon. His 3rd three. Approaching 1 minute. Noel shakes home. Noel with the mid-range jumper. Timeout, Jerome Tang.
Oh, back and forth we go. We've seen this all night. You let it go with confidence. Sparty, 12 for 24, 50%.
Akins with 14. Let me update that. 4 made threes. First 3 games in the tournament play. Struggled. Different story here tonight. Cashing in half of their 3-pointers. Hoggard gets to the paint. Hoggard hangs. No, the follow by Hall. And one. Malik Hall. A chance to get Michigan State within 1.
Again, it's the dribble penetration. Because you have to help, you're taking a body off of someone. Tomlin took it off of Hall. Hall did the smart thing and stood right in front of the rim, or on the side of the rim.
Unsettled first half for Hall, but he's been better in the second half. That's a big miss. 2-point game. Clock ticks.
Yeah, you know where the ball going, right? This young man right here's got to make a play.
And that's Akins, who's been so good on him late in the second half. Both teams in the bonus here. Noel probing, now 5 to shoot. He's going to take a long 3, and Noel misses. Hauser the rebound. Shot clock is off. Michigan State will talk it over. Down 2. Sam Hauser sees his brother rip down the board. Scott for the Spartans.
Yeah, critical play to get this ball inbound cleanly as well. If it gets tipped to the back court, now that's an advantage to Kansas State. Look at the bigger Tomlin right now on Walker.
Game on the line. Michigan State down 2. And they're going to work clock and go for the last one. Walker drives it with 5 on the clock. Walker scores! We're tied at 82. Kansas State can win it here. Clock ticks. Noel weaves. Noel puts it up, and it's no good. And put another 5 on the clock. We're going to overtime. What a finish. Just 2 turnovers and had a good look, had a shot to win the game. Came up short. Michigan State still breathing. Tom Izzo, man. Coaches get a lot of credit in this game, sometimes too much. When he calls a timeout and draws up a play, it's great confidence. His players execute. See if there's an answer. Just bully ball inside. Keontae Johnson.
There's that then, because Johnson had the advantage right there. I love it. And turnover.
Cross-court pass. Bad idea. Yep. Akins turns it over. Carter with the steal. Kansas State with the ball and a 2-point lead.
You go right back to the same play.
Johnson again. Comes up short. And the advised there, the foul.
But why step back, Keontae? Because you had the advantage on the Hoggard. Use that big body. As you go back to the first play, this is an excellent play. Back him down, fill him. Nobody comes to help. Reach. I teach. You're able to score. But then the next play, he opts to take a step back 3. So you bailed out the defense that time, and Hoggard able, after the rebound, to get a foul to get to the line.
Double bonus. 2 shots for Hoggard. Kansas State with their 10th team foul. Hogard with 19. He's 8 of 9 from the free throw line. Here's Massoud back on the floor. He's had some big threes in this game. Gasson will sit. You don't lose any size, then you gain a three-point shooter. And Michigan State, they are battle-tested. Playing one of the toughest schedules in the country, always. Tom Izzo believes it pays off in games like this. Kansas State, the surprise team in the Big 12, picked dead last to start the year. Noel gives it to Johnson. Hogard pokes it free. That'll be Kansas State ball with 9 to shoot. Johnson will put it in. Noel, what a game. And he's going to let it fly from the logo again. His last 2 shots, I mean, they're great if they go. They're highlights, but ill-advised.
Yeah, but sometimes you live with that. I think Jerome and the staff understand that sometimes that's the case, but in overtime, you want to be more conscious of your shot selection and not bailing out the defense to see if Michigan State can take advantage of it on this end of the court.
Clear it out. Tyson Walker guarded by Johnson. Walker's going to pull a 3. Oh, and he buries one. A contested 3. Michigan State in front. First lead since the 7:32 mark when it was 70-67. Noel, the scoop. He's fouled. Couple of free throws coming for Marquise Noel.
Well, Tyson Walker is reading the feet of Keontae Johnson. He opens up just to the left a little bit, giving him enough space to be able to create that three-point shot. And Noel, listen, when he turns the corner, Aiken has been playing outstanding defense when he's going to the basket. Noel, that time he reached down, caught the foul. Smart play by Noel.
Calmly knocks down the first.
Well, and see, that's why I don't think you need those bailout shots, because he can get in a position to either score, get fouled, or create an opportunity for his teammate.
Gasson back on the floor as Noel buries a couple of free throws. Offense, defense here with Gasson and Massoud. Michigan State leads it by a point. Tyson Walker 0 for 5 from three-point land coming into this game in the tournament. 0 for 3 in the round 2 matchup against Marquette. But he is having a night. He's hit some big ones here. He's made 4 in this game, and they're looking for him again. This time, it's Gasson on him. Walker, no good. Comes up short, rebound Carter.
Good defense that time by Gasson by maintaining his position and forcing Walker to shoot over, that 6'9" frame.
Kansas State can take the lead here. Then a wild one. Great pass. Gasson puts the Wildcats in front. Joey Hauser on the deck. Looks like he's injured.
But see this dribble, that dribble right there, that extra dribble allowed Gasson to clear the space. If he tries to pass that earlier, he's not open. Gasson, but 1, 2. This dribble right there got the opening, and unfortunately Hauser gets kicked right there, right below the calf and outside.
Let's keep an eye on him. He's down the block right now.
Yep.
Comes for the screen. This is Hogard now with Carter on him. Almost falls. And he lays it in. Count the basket and 1. Strong like bull. A.J. Hogard. Michigan State back in front.
Slips, good defense, regains control, maintains eye on the basket, and Hogard shaking it off.
Nine out of 10 from the line. Make it 10 of 11. 23 for Hogard. Michigan State by 2. Kansas State with a basketball. Noel drawing a lot of traffic. Bounce pass into Gasson. And he lays it in. A Assist number 17 for Noel. Second most in NCAA tournament history.
And that time he went to the left side of the court and ran that slip screen. Noel able to bounce it with his right hand.
Hogard working on Noel. That's a mismatch right there. Just took him down on the block. Scored it easily.
Well, which team can get a stop? It's a question. Both teams going back and forth. Excellent offense, defense not being able to provide support.
Noel gets a step on Akins. Gives it up. Tomlin lost the handle. Gets it back and a foul on Hauser. Free throws for Naquan Tomlin.
And this one, Noel coming to a strong hand now. On the backside, Malik Hall is stuck in between Noel, or you go to Gasson, and this time we've seen Hogard all day. Left hand, turn, spin, use that big body, soft touch. Right back at you off the glass.
Mark Wade has the all-time record. 17 assists for Noel as Tomlin makes it a one-point game. Playing with a bad ankle. Rolled his right ankle early in the second half. Has it affected him? 2 for 2. Naquan Tomlin. Clutch free throws. We are tied at 92. Sweet 16, baby, in NYC. What a game.
Adjusted to that slip to be able to take away that pocket pass inside.
That was UNLV's Mark Wade in 87 in the national semifinal that had 18 assists. Foul situation as we get under a minute and a half in this first overtime. Tied at 92. Biggest lead either way has been 9. That was Kansas State. Walker coming off 23 against Marquette. Second team all Big Ten. He spins. Walker puts it up. No good. Missed it badly. Rebound Carter. Kansas State with a chance as we go under a minute. Jerome Tang sets it up. Going for the lob! Keontae Johnson on the receiving end. Assist number 18 from Noel. None bigger. Kansas State in front. Hogard going to work. Blocked. Gasson.
I mean, how do you fall asleep on the back line? A.J. Hogard just throws it up and he gets behind him. And then the block by Gasson.
Got a foul on a three-point attempt. I believe he had both feet behind the line. Malik Hall. Malik Hall will shoot. Gene Steratore, our rules official. What'd you see in that sequence, Gene?
Yeah, you're 100% right. And in college basketball, if the shooter is in his upward motion with the shot, if that shot would have gone in, it would have counted regardless of whether it left his hand or not. That's what they were looking at. The shot upward motion had not started when the contact occurred. So that foul then is without, that shot would not have counted had it gone in. And speaking with Paul Sells, we always learn well to speak with our hands and a little bit of ventriloquism out there too, B.A.
I needed it. That was good. That was good. So there we go. 1 out of 2. It's a one-point game. Appreciate Gene being there. Wild game like this could come down to a big call. Almost a turnover. Noel's got Jaden Akins on him. Now the switch. Hogard's going to pick him up. 8 to shoot. Long 3. Missed it. Was it deflected is the key. Did Hogard get a hand on it? And the answer is yes from Jeb Harkness, the official. Back to the monitor they go. Has 1 timeout left if they cannot get the ball inbounds. Noel, shortest man on either roster, is going to be the trigger man. And he's got Hauser defending him. There's the pass, and it is Massoud. And Massoud hits a huge shot. A big 2. 96-93. 15 for Massoud. Childhood friends hooking up on the biggest stage.
And knowing when to foul, you can commit a foul when somebody's going up for a three-point shot. So it just depends on the coaching and what their philosophy is.
Let's see where it goes. Michigan State, will they take a quick 2? They're down 3. Here's Hauser, gives it up. Clock ticks. Hall finding Walker. Walker, and he's stripped by Noel. Ball is loose. Noel comes out of the pack. Noel dribbles, and he lays it in. Count the basket, and Kansas State wins it. The Wildcats are headed for the Elite Eight. What a game!